Welcome, in front of me is a Samsung Galaxy A10s, and today I'll show you how to go through the setup process of this device. So when you boot it up for the first time, you will be presented with a welcoming screen right here, which is just in some kind of random language right now. Now in the future ones, I believe it just cycles through different languages, but it's not doing this right now. So anyway, let's start off by tapping on our language drop down menu and finding our desired language. So I'll stick with English here, and then we can tap on an arrow to go to the next step, which is End User License Agreement and Privacy Policy, which are the most welcoming things on the phone. Obviously we do need to agree to those, and then we can proceed further. And on the next page we have the Wi-Fi connection. Now this step is completely optional if the device is not locked. Mine isn't. As you can see, there is no lock in the status bar, and there is a little caveat to this. I believe if you have a brand new Samsung device, like a brand new meaning straight out of the box, sealed box, then you for some reason might need to connect to Wi-Fi. I believe this might be to do with the warranty, but I'm just kind of guessing at it. No other device does it. So that might be the reason why you would be required to connect to network. But if it's the second time around, you can simply skip it and disregard Wi-Fi if you don't want to. Then we have copy apps and data. This will allow you to back up your device restore your device from an old phone. So if you have a bunch of files on your old device, you can move them over to here using the application that the phone will tell you which one you need to get. So I'll set it up as new, so I'm selecting don't copy. Then we have date and time. This will only show up if you didn't connect to Wi-Fi. If you did, that's going to be set automatically, and this page will be completely skipped. You have Google services, so you have location, scanning, and sending user and diagnostic data. You can read exactly what these do, and at the end of the day, if you don't like them, you can disable them. Then scroll down and tap on accept. And this brings us to the protection of our device, and we have a couple different ways of doing so. Face recognition, fingerprint, and a screen lock. And for the screen lock, you have a choice between PIN pattern and password. So select which one you want. If you don't want any, you can simply skip it right here, but I'll set up a pattern. And there we go. Then we have some page for getting recommended applications. As you can see, it automatically selects all of them that you can install. So we have Samsung Email, Samsung Notes, and so on. So honestly, I'll deselect almost all of them. I'll keep the calculator and Notes because personally for me, these are the ones that I'll be using most certainly. And the rest of them, like internet browser from Samsung, I think I'll stick with the Chrome. So can select next. This brings me to the Samsung account, and this is basic bloatware from Samsung. And what I mean by that, if you try to skip it, it will give you a message what you're gonna be missing out on, which is Samsung Cloud, Galaxy Themes, Find My Mobile, and Galaxy Store, which basically means crap all, because all these applications are a blatant copy of whatever Google already made, which Android has, and this is running Android. So it's not like they made their unique application that is only on their phone. No, it's basically a blatant ripoff of whatever you already have on any kind of Android device. And just to put that out there, Samsung Cloud, Google Drive, Galaxy Theme, entire Play Store, Find My Mobile, Find My Device, Galaxy Store, Play Store. You see, you're not getting anything extra here. So I'll be skipping this, and this will basically bring me to an end. So select finish, and we should get access to the home screen. Oh, there we go. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.